good support worker is caring. They actually want to help the young people they're working with, and they're realistic. They're not trying to get young people to like do things that aren't realistic for them. Each young person has like different things that have happened to them, different trauma, I've got different things going on for them at the moment, and they need to be realistic about there are certain things they're not going to be able to do because of the things going on in their life. Trust is important, because if you don't trust the person you're working with, whether it's a support worker or a social worker, like whoever it is, then you're not going to be able to like talk to them about really important things, because you feel like they're not respecting you, and they won't be able to do their job as well.
In terms of meeting basic needs of the young people that we support, I think it varies quite a lot actually. It's kind of down to the individual kind of young person's assessment of what they identify as being basic needs. So as much as I can, I would try to let the young person kind of lead on that. I think key to building a trusting relationship with young people is firstly about being open and honest with them. A lot of the young people that we support have a reason to not trust services and to not trust adults in general, especially professionals that are supposedly there to support them. So I think from the offset, making it clear what support we can offer so that the young person is clear as can possibly be from the start.
The support for me is really good because it gives me an opportunity to persevere when I'm in a down state. And I really am supportive for them for sticking by me. They always give me an opportunity for new learning curves. So to have somebody look over me and give me an opportunity, it really does give me a sense of purpose, because they see potential for a flower on blossom rather than a weed in the mud, if that makes sense. I think being treated as an individual is important, because everybody is unique. For the system to work, each young person has to be understood, the situation where they come from. I think the best thing would be to keep pushing and persuading, so when they have the down or the down times, they can think, I have a purpose.
The young people that are in custody have got a wide variety of complex needs. So that could be issues around housing, substance misuse, education, relationship building with families. So they're going to have sort of a wide variety of needs. But for those young people, especially the ones that have experienced trauma, their primary need is going to be having a positive relationship, because the majority of relationships in their lives with the significant adults in their lives that should have been positive, that should have been nurturing, may well have been negative. So for them, those relationships, and probably more importantly, like the feelings that arise for them in those relationships, so those encounters with professionals are really important. So for a new professional working with a young person, who's at risk of custody or who is in custody, it's not probably the service that's going to be of primary importance to the young person. It's how they're going to feel about themselves when they've met that professional.
I think it's really important in a relationship with a young person to show unconditional positive regard. They often speak a different language. It's a language of a teenager or the area they came from or the people they hang around with. And as a support worker, you need to be able to just adapt to that. For me, to be involved with someone and for them to almost be unthinking about that relationship would be a sign of success, because that means that my professionalism is not noticed. It's more about what we're doing than who I am. And I think in a way, if we could kind of move away from, creating a sense of difference, then that would be really good for breaking down barriers between young people that have got a history of challenge and difficulty and rejection, and inviting them in a way that's not about parameters and limits and titles.
It's important to be consistent, predictable and reliable, because a lot of our young people haven't had that. It helps to build trust, and if you are all of those things, then they know that you are easy to count on, and they can call you if they're in a fix and know that you'll be there. The way I am best reliable is I manage expectations. If I can't be there at a certain time, I'll tell them that. I won't say I'll be there and then be late. I think it's about sticking to a plan and setting out your stall and telling them your limits and your boundaries, and then they know what to expect. I help young people recognise their strengths and successes by trying to unpick it sometimes and point it out where they might not have, and highlighting those strengths and talking about them, and really just empowering them. And I think it's really important to be completely honest. Be your true self, because a young person, especially the young people I work with, they will see through a phony straight away and they'll have you for it. So you've just got to be you.
I don't think I could do it on my own. I don't think I could. Like, we've all had like really bad experiences, and like, I'm still trying to get back up, which if I didn't have anyone, I'll probably just stay on the ground. Yeah, we all have different backgrounds, but we all stay as one. Like, we're all one massive big group who needs our voice heard and get us the right help and make us future better and brighter. And some young people go out with their support workers and basically just go for a coffee, tea. We have day trips out. So basically we're not really it's like a formal chat, so like it's in a room, you sit down. It's like we actually get out and explore as well.
I'm really intentional in all of my support sessions to try and build an environment that puts them at ease and makes them feel relaxed. And often I'll try and create a space where we're not looking at each other directly. Eye contact always makes people feel uncomfortable, well, especially to begin with. So quite often the best conversations I'll have will be when we're doing something and we're not looking directly at each other, but we can still talk. Or maybe if we're in a car and we're driving along, often I have the best conversations in a car because people can feel relaxed, they can open up, and it's a safe space. So the reason that I do what I do, and the thing I love most about my job, is finding out what makes a person tick. Every young person, I believe, has massive potential and has gifts and talents that are unique to them. And a lot of my work is trying to help them identify what those things are, because I believe that absolutely every single one of them has those things. I love encouraging people to try new things, to discover what they might be passionate about, to hopefully, so they can fill their life with things that make them feel really fulfilled and that they find loads of joy out of. So yeah, a lot of my work will be doing that kind of thing.
Good support workers, they literally treat you like a proper person. They get to know you. With a good one, you want them in your life. We're not pieces of paper, we are actual people. I don't know how to put it. It's like you're sort of in a bubble, but you're still getting the freedom. You're not being smothered. You still got freedom to do whatever you want, but if you need it, there it is.